In this lesson, we are going to talk about solving linear equations from a given equation or from a given word problem. So let's look at our first example. When you look at the right side of the equal sign, you're going to notice that you have two variables, y. So the first thing you want to do is combine like terms. So I'm going to circle the terms that are the same. Make sure you include the sign in front of each term. So 3y minus 5y is negative 2y. Now my job is to get the y all by itself. So I want to take that minus 18 and move it to the other side. And to do that, you have to use the opposite operation. So the opposite of subtracting is addition. So add 18 to both sides. Negative 2 plus 18 is 16 equals negative 2y. Then our goal is to get y by itself. So the negative 2 in front of y means negative 2 times y. So the opposite of timesing is to divide. So divide both sides by negative 2, and you come up with the final answer of y equals negative 8. Moving to the next one. Whenever you see parentheses in the problem, the first thing you should do is get rid of the parentheses by using the distributive property. So you take what's right in front of the parentheses, which is 3, but don't forget its sign. So think of it as negative 3, and take negative 3 and distribute it to each term inside the parentheses. So 27 equals 3c, and then negative 3 times 6 is negative 18, and negative 3 times negative 2c is positive 6c. Then once again, you should notice that you have like terms. So I'm going to circle my like terms. So 3c plus 6c is 9c. Then your job is to get 9c all by itself. To move the minus 18, you have to add 18 to both sides. And 27 plus 18 is 45 equals 9c. And then to get rid of the 9 in front of the c, you have to divide both sides. So 45 divided by 9 gives me the final answer of c equals 5. On the next one, first thing I'm going to do is get rid of the parentheses on the top. So I'm going to use distributive property. So 2 times x is 2x. 2 times 4 is 8. Now I want to get the fraction part by itself. So I want to get rid of that minus 8. So I'm going to add 8 to both sides. So 2x plus 8 over 3 equals 40. Now I want to get rid of the denominator. So on the left side, if I'm dividing by 3, the opposite of dividing is to multiply. So we're going to multiply both sides by 3. So 2x plus 8 equals, and then 40 times 3 is 120. Now we want to get rid of the plus 8. So to get rid of a plus 8, you have to subtract 8 on both sides. So 2x equals 112. And then to get x by itself, you got to get rid of the 2. So divide both sides by 2. And x equals 56. Now at this point, you should pause the video and try the try it question by yourself. So you'll notice on the try it, you did come up with a fraction answer. So you can write it as an improper fraction, 11 over 3. You can write it as a mixed number, which is 3 2/3. Or you can write it as a decimal, which is 3.6 repeating. Okay, example number 2. For this example, it says the sum of 3 consecutive integers is 132. Well, consecutive means that the numbers have to be right next to each other. So if we don't know the first number, I'm going to call that x. The second number has to be right next to it, so that means it has to be 1 bigger than it. So that would be x plus 1 for the second number. The third number has to be 2 more bigger than the first number. So that would be x plus 2. So my first integer is x. Sum means addition, so plus. My second integer, which is x plus 1. Sum means addition again, so plus. Third integer is x plus 2. And then is stands for equals 132. So now I'm going to combine my like terms. So x, x, x. When I add those together, I get 3x. Add my constant plain numbers. So 1 plus 2 is 3 equals 132. So now we get rid of 3 by subtracting on both sides. So 3x equals 129. Divide both sides by 3. So x equals 43. So my first integer is 43. My second integer is 1 more. So that would be 43 plus 1, which is 44. My second integer is 2 more bigger. So 43 plus 2 is 45. So my final answers are 43, 44, and 45. Now on the try it, before you get started, I do want to kind of go over one thing that's a little bit different. And on the try it, it says 3 consecutive odd integers. So your first integer is still x, but your second integer isn't x plus 1. Because if you chose the number 1 and you put the number 2 next to it, is 2 an odd number? No, 2 is an even number. So you can't just say that there's a distance of 1 space. You would have to go to the next odd number, which is 3, and that would have a space of 2. So over here, your second number would have to be x plus 2. And then your third number would have to be x plus 4. So with that information, please pause the video and try it question on your own. So hopefully you came up with your final answers being 17, 19, and 21. Moving on to the next example. For this one, it says a guitar store offers a finance plan where you give a $50 down payment on a guitar and you pay the remaining balance in 6 equal monthly payments. Okay, a down payment is a one-time event. So if it's a one-time event, that means it does not have a variable with it. So 50, no variable. Plus, you're going to make monthly payments. Right now, we don't know how much each monthly payment is, but we do know that we're going to be making 6 of them. So is everyone okay with saying our variable, I'm going to choose X, is going to stand for the monthly payment? So over here, you would have plus 6X. Okay, and this equals the cost of the guitar, and the cost of the guitar is $542. So to get rid of the 50, we're going to have to subtract it. So 6X equals 492. Divide both sides by 6. So X equals $82. So that means you would have to pay $82 for 6 months along with the $50 up front. So could we afford the guitar? Well, in the problem, it says you can afford to pay up to $90 per month. So since 82 is under 90, then yes, we could buy the guitar. So now it does say explain, so please make sure you put your thoughts why. Don't just say yes and stop. So I'm going to say yes because the monthly cost would be $82, which is less than the $90 you could afford to pay. So it is very important that if you see explain, don't just stop and write yes or no, because you're not going to receive full credit. You do have to have some explanation of why you're saying yes or no. Okay, let's move on to the next one. For this one, it says 4 friends use an online code to get discounts on concert tickets. They spend $312 for 4 tickets. What was the price of 1 ticket without the discount? So for this one, I got to look over here on the side at some information we have. Okay, so we're going to get 4 tickets. And the discount, if you look down here, it tells me the discount is $15 per ticket. So over here, I'm going to have 4. And then we know that the price of 1 ticket is going to be X, but we get to subtract $15 from it. And then it did tell me the total order was $312. So this problem, we had to use distributive property because each ticket was going to get $15 off. So now distribute, and you get 4X minus 60 equals 312. So now move the minus 60 by adding 60 to both sides. So 4X equals $372. Divide each side by 4. So you come up with X equaling $93. So final answer is $93 per ticket. So now take a moment, pause your video, and please attempt the try it question on your own. So hopefully after you've attempted it, you will come up with the final answer being $57 per ticket. Once again, as always, if you have any questions on any of these examples that we went over or the try-its, please come speak to me. Thanks.